Good morning, everyone. Today is a big and exciting day. I have a major hike planned, and it's up here to Torres del Paine. And unfortunately, it's a little bit rainy and a little bit cloudy. You can see the sun is coming up over there. Now, yesterday the sky turned pink, red, or whatever. Really pretty sunrise, and it lit up the towers of Torres del Paine back in the backdrop. I am going up to the base of those beautiful mountains, but I think I need to wait till this clouds. It looks like it's snowing up there right now, so I need to wait a little bit for it to clear because I want to have some beautiful views. I know the weather changes every hour on the hour here, so I don't know when I'm going to get to go or when I'm going to choose to go. Meanwhile, a look in the van. Any words, Snow?
It looks really pretty. I hope you have a really good day and you can really leave that light off though, because it's still very early.
All right,
the kitties are holding down the fort.
And G's got a view of the sunrise and he's taking it all in. All right, guys, the towers are lighting up pink. The clouds look like they're burning off, and you can see the blue, the Paine behind the mountains. Wow, it's gorgeous. 6:45. I stalled my hike for 45 minutes, but I am off. Let's go. So everyone I've talked to said this is an 8-hour hike, 4 hours up and 4 hours back. Now, I've challenged them and questioned them on that several times, because for me, I can always get down lots faster, most times almost twice as fast as I can get up. However, 4 hours each way is what everyone says. They say the down is not any faster than the up. So we're about to find out, because we're at the gate. And even though I was waiting for the weather to clear, it's still important that we get out there, because I assure you the tour buses are coming full force. There will be a lot of people on this trail today, and we're gonna try to get a jump on them. But look at the towers there, guys. That's where we're headed. Look at the mountain all lit up. I am super pumped. What a beautiful day. The sprinkles have stopped. I'm sure we'll probably see some more rain and clouds today, but let's cross our fingers for some beautiful weather. Who knows? I think these horses are wanting to give me a lift. They're like, come on, ride me. Let's go, Curt. To the top. Hey, buddy. What's going on? What's up, Bubba? Beautiful. All right. The hike officially got underway at 7 a.m. and I'm just now making it up here to the hotel. It took about 10 minutes walk just to the hotel, and I think this is kind of the quote-unquote official start of the trail. I thought it was back there, but in any event, I guess it is back there because I've been walking for 10 minutes. So after about a 15-minute flat walk through the Sepe, we have our first river crossing, and as you guys can see, it's a nice bridge and just a little glacier stream coming down through here. And a little bit of a climb out of there. Nothing super steep. gradual little climb, and it looks like it levels off up here. Nice wide trail, well maintained, heavily traversed. We're in good shape. And our first real descent, which I can tell means we're gonna have to climb up this and out of this little valley with this river down here. I can see a handful of people in front of us, so I definitely wasn't the first out on the trail this morning waiting around for the weather to break. And there's a handful of people behind me, and I'm sure there's bus loads on the way. So we're gonna try to hold a pretty good pace today. We'll see how my legs hold up. Not in the best shape of my life, but I think we can do this. 8 hours round trip, guys, plus the time at the top. 7 a.m. start. We'll see how we do. Alright, we made it up our first decent sized ascent, and it was a little switchbacky and rocky. And as I made it over the top to this short flat spot before we begin our next ascent, I don't know if you can hear me, the wind's blasting me in the face. I am catching that other group right here that was in front of me, and I am definitely breathing hard. I'm starting to get a little lathered up. It's a little bit cool up here, but I don't feel it because of my body temperature. What a beautiful morning. I'm at about the 1 hour mark, and yeah, I've been walking uphill since, so the tone of the trail has definitely changed, and the mental game kind of begins. But we're kind of coming up here through more of a forested area, so if you watched us chasing the pumas, you know it was more steppe, more Las Pampas, more grassy flatlands, prairie if you will, and this is more forested up here. So definitely different terrain, and definitely, no matter what anybody tells you, plenty of ups, plenty of ups. And wow, has the scenery changed. You can see below the river we crossed about an hour ago, and well, that's the climb we had. But from the base it looked like this was just a little valley through here, but instead it's two mountains that are separated by that river that just cuts through here. And I was beginning to think that this was going to be easy on the way back, all downhill, because so far it's been like, once we got up into the hike, it's been all uphill. Not as steep as Acatenango, but still pretty steep and pretty constant. But it looks like we have a little piece that's flat, maybe a little bit down, and wrapping around this mountain, maybe kind of back into where we can get a little view. I still can't see the towers, and it is a bit cloudy up there, so I hope the weather holds off for us. But in any event, we're moving pretty good. We did kind of pass all the groups and all the chatter, so we have the nature and the quiet to ourselves, which is kind of good. So we need to hold the pace so the tours don't catch us. I'm sure there'll be some young bucks there racing up the mountain, and so I definitely like to get there before the crowds. We'll see how it shakes. And you can see where there's been a slide here, and it's straight down. So all we got is this little trail right here that we're walking on. So it's giving me the heebie-jeebies a little bit, especially into this wind. And this says Windy Pass right here, and I can feel it. I believe I see the trail down below us, so it looks like we might drop all the way back down to river level again. Oy vey. That means there's definitely climbs on the way out. But look at this beauty. Alright, I like making quick time of these downhills. It's a good way for me to make up time when I slug uphill. I love being in the nature. Trees! I think I described that last area as forested. It was really bigger shrubs, but there's actually some trees here, and I don't think we'll be in them long. But it's nice shade from the sun and the block from the wind. We're still going down and getting close to this river. As you can see, it's squeezed down there into a little cascada. And from the glaciers above, every once in a while we have these little streams flowing down and these little stream crossings. And I actually see some hikers coming back. Some of them get up and do a sunset hike or sunrise hike starting at 2 a.m. in the morning and get up there when the towers turn pink from the sun coming up. Met some friends who did that. Sure, it's stunning. This is an interesting twist. We are going to have another river crossing. After all that climbing and descending, we are crossing over that same river again, right here. Oh my. They say the toughest climb is at the end. So I'm now understanding why it's 4 hours up and 4 hours back. So I made it up to the Refugio, and I'm sure this is mostly for people on the W or the O, but you can see it's a Refugio. And there are all sorts of different sized tents up there for people right along the river here. There's bathrooms and a restaurant. We're moving through this forest along the river. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little fatigued. And I don't even think we're halfway, so I kind of was an eager beaver early on. My optimism is waning and turning into realism. right, here's a worn out topographical map. So you can say, ustedes está aquí, as we are here. And so it looks like we're about 500 meters. We have to go to 875, so that's 375 meters. So really we probably have at least 1,000-foot climb. That does not include the downhills. And it looks like most of that 1,000 feet is gonna be right at the end. Fun, fun, fun. All right, I'm about 2 hours and 15 minutes into the hike, and just took my first break. Had a pear and some water, peeled off my jacket, and it was much needed. I just got to do a little bit of complaining because I'm fatigued. But this little bit of the trail right here is pretty grueling, and it's not because there's a lot of steep uphills. There's a lot of uphills and downhills. So it's like an intermittent sprint. All of a sudden you have like a little 200, 300 foot uphill on the roots and rocks through these trees. And then all of a sudden you're back down, only knowing you're gonna have to climb back up again. So the guess all through here, through these little ridges, the glacier melts the water, has kind of worn ridges down through here. So I kind of feel like we're going around the mountain, but we're going up and down those ridges. And what's kind of a little bit scary is I don't even see the towers from here that we're trying to get to. There's a couple times when we've had a break in the trees and I get a peek up the mountain. I can't even see them. So according to the clock, we probably got about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes left to get there. So.
Okay, it is 10:15. Curt is well on his way to the base of the towers. And there's a little fog and cloud up there, but you can still see them, so that is good news. And down here, there's no rain, so I've got my fingers crossed for that. But I wanted to pop in and give you guys an update on what I am doing. So I changed the composting toilet, which is not a fun job, but is necessary. So that got done. Normally it is a team project, but I did it by myself because I know Curt is going to be slap wore out when he gets back. And we are not where we can fill up our water tank with a water hose. So I have been using a cleaned, washed, dried, cleaned again litter container to shuttle water back and forth a football field away from the bathroom sink. It's potable water, but it is a slow process. We've been in the park for several nights. We are running low on water and food and supplies. We will likely head out of the park tomorrow because it's time to head to a town. But I think I managed to get us 7.5 gallons of water, and that should do us till we can get somewhere where we can fill up like normal. So that's what's going on down here in the parking lot while Curt is doing this epic hike. I hope he's having fun. All right, now I'm gonna edit.
This sign says 45 minutes to Mirador Las Torres, and I will say I do believe this is the steepest part of the climb. Lots of signs here. And here you can see the names of the different towers. So we have the South Tower, the Central Tower, and the North Tower. The huge granite towers.
I remember when we were 16, had a head full of those big dreams. One day we had the crown, thought nothing could slow us down. Come to find out, years were meaner, had some hard times, but stayed believers. Even when they knock us down, we're coming back, getting off the ground. Stand up, let them feel the heat when we rise up. Stand up, come on, stand up. They can see the gold when we light up. We're
whenever I get to an incredible, amazing spot like this, the first person I always think of is Snow, and what an incredible, amazing journey we're on. All the ups and downs. It ain't always been easy. There's been a lot of tough times, a lot of tough trails, but it's times like this that make it all worth it. And I also think of my parents. You know, all this wouldn't be possible without them. I love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you guys. And then I always think of you guys who are watching this video right now. And I know a lot of you can't make it to a place like this. And so I'm thankful that I can share it with you. And I'm thankful that you join on the journey with us. Now let's enjoy Torres del Paine. Look at this beautiful place. Time to say goodbye to Torres del Paine and the three towers and the beautiful turquoise lagoon that lies below. You know, all the condors soaring above. But it's a 4-hour hike back. If you guys are wondering, it took the full 4 hours up. Actually 3 hours and 55 minutes. And I stayed up here for about 30 minutes. So I really enjoyed it. 4 hours back. I guess that means I should get back at the van at about 3:30. We'll see how we do. Be nice to warm up. Get some loving from Snow and the kitties. We'll see you guys back at the van.
He survived. He's back. How was it, Curdy?
I'm exhausted. I made it back to the Refugio by 3, so actually I made it back in 3 hours, but I was so exhausted I had to have a sandwich and a drink before I came back to the van, because I knew after that I couldn't move. And so that bit into about 40 minutes of my time, so it's now 3:40. So I still made it in under 4 and 4 in under 8 hours. So, but it was an incredible hike and an incredibly difficult journey back. Glad to be back in the van. I'm taking a nap.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!